Welcome to problem solving with decimal operations. Now, when when we do story problems or word problems, depending on who you are and what you ask, I'd always suggest having at least two highlighters out so we can highlight the important information. Now, we're not going to highlight the entire thing. So let's read the question, see what we should highlight. Rachel found 3 pieces of cable in her tool drawer. Here are the lengths. So she found 3 pieces. That's important. And the lengths, they're right here. So the question is, what is the total length of the 3 pieces? So you notice I didn't highlight everything, because if I highlighted everything, there'd be no point in highlighting whatsoever. So I've got, one last thing, in meters. That's important, got to have a label. Okay, so here's the 3 lengths, 9 4/10, 8 1/10, and 11. Now, just as Mrs. Hook instructed you long ago, okay, when we add decimals, you have to make sure that your decimal points are lined up. So when I'm looking at this, I can add a decimal point 0. Okay, that doesn't change the value, but what it does is it helps me see that, oh, okay, my decimal points are lined up. So I'm going to add them up. 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay, in addition, I'd bring my decimal point straight down. All right. Let's just make it bigger so we can see. 10. I went 9 plus 1 is 10. Plus 8 more is 18. So I'm going to carry the 1 up here. 1 and 1 is 2. So I've got 28 and 5/10. Now, you're not finished yet. 28 and 5/10 what? Meters, not J. Meters. Okay, so the abbreviation for meters is M. So there is that problem. So I want you to give this problem a try. Don't give this problem a try yet, so don't pause it. We'll do this one. We'll do this problem. Give this problem a try. The word problem with one decimal operation. So I want you to flip the page or turn the page. And I want you to do this problem. So go ahead and pause the video and try it. See what you get. So when you subtracted, you had to make sure your decimal points were lined up. You had to add a 0 so we could subtract. So when I subtract, I get 19 and 9/10. Okay. Now I know what you're thinking. You look at this. Well, Mr. Scurry, you didn't borrow here. Well, it's because I did 22 minus 3. Okay. It's the same thing. So 20, you count backwards from 22, 21, 20, 19. That's how I got 19 miles. Okay, so there's the U try. All right. So take a minute. Go ahead and try this problem right here. Word problems with decimal operations. Okay, so Ryan needs to drive 23 miles to work. So far, he's driven 7 4/10. How many more miles? So go ahead and give it a pause and give this one a try as well. Make sure you pause it. And here's my answer. I had 23 and 0/10 minus 7 4/10, and I came up with 15 and 6/10 miles. All right, so let's go ahead and flip to the next page. We've got word problems with multiple decimal operations. Okay, so here we've got 2 steps. We're going to do one example, and then we'll do two practice together. Okay, so let's do some highlighting. Ryan rented 1 video game, 7 DVDs. You notice I went 2 colors here on you. Okay, so the video game was $2.60, and the DVD was $3.20 for 1. So you notice here I've got everything set up ready to go. I've got my $3.20 times 7, because I rented 7 DVDs, and each one was $3.20. Then I've got my $2.60. There's only 1 video game, so that's why I just have it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my answer from here and move it right there. So let's do some math. So I'm going to have 0. That's going to be 14. Carry the 1. 21 plus 1 is 22. Okay. So now I got to figure out where in the world does that decimal point belong. Okay, where does that decimal point belong? Well, let's think. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm going to put decimal point right there. Put my $sign in front. I'm good to go. So I've got 20. So my movies cost me $22.40. So now I need to do a little addition. So line it up there. Okay, get myself some numbers down here. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 6 is 0. Carry the 1 up here. That's 5. So $25 is what I spent on one video game and 7 DVDs, renting them. That's how much it cost me. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to try this problem down here. Josh is mailing packages. Small packages cost him $3.10. Large cost him $4.70. How much would it cost to send 3 small and 1 large? So I'm going to help you out on this one a little bit. Okay, small package, $3.10. 3 small packages. Large packages, $4.70. 1 large package. So you go, and now I set you up for success here with the highlighting. You solve the problem. So go ahead and give the video a pause, and then when you're finished, unpause it and we'll check your work. So I've got an answer as $14. So the 3 packages cost me $3.10, and then the 1 package was $4.70. So when I add them together, $9.30 plus $4.70, I get $14. So now I want you to go back to this problem right here, where Raphael rented video games and DVDs. So I want you to try this one now. So go ahead and give the video a pause, and let's see what you get. Okay, now I'm not helping you out with the highlighting this time. All right, so good luck, and when you're finished, go ahead and unpause the video and get it going. So one last thing I actually forgot to have you highlight was the total amount that Raphael spent on DVD and video games. So what I did is $2.20 times 6, which gives me $13.20. Then 4 times $3.50, which gives me $14. So then I took my $13.20 plus my $14 and got a grand total of $27.20. Now, remember me harping about labels up here? Well, a $sign, this $sign right here is a great label, okay, because it tells me, well, how much money, what was the total amount? Well, $27 is an amount, so that really I have my label there. So that is word problems with decimal operations.